do, bro. One thing I don't do, I'm the type of person, I'm a team player. So if God was in a situation and I feel like somebody feel trying to take his life, you damn right I'm gonna ride.
Verdict in the Hernandez-Govan trial. In case you missed it, that verdict came out roughly around 10:45 this morning, and it was not guilty on both counts. Hernandez-Govan was accused of being the mastermind in the death of rapper Young Dolph. He is now a free man, free to go after 2 not guilty verdicts.
Hey man, I'm gonna keep this G, bro. Dolph, you a soft ass nigga, you nice ass nigga. If you got a problem, you got a problem. Shut ass nigga. Ain't no more king of Memphis, you ain't king of South Memphis.
So now it looks like the fire's finally burning inside CMG's own camp, and this time it's between Blac Youngsta and Yo Gotti. Fans can't believe it. These two were supposed to be brothers for life, especially after how hard Blac Youngsta went for Gotti during that whole Young Dolph situation. That loyalty looked unbreakable back then. But now, it's looking real shaky. Blac Youngsta was once Gotti's most loyal soldier. He even took shots at Dolph after the man's tragic death, showing just how deep his loyalty used to run.
Where you at, dog? You see the level, dog? You see me? Dolph at, cuz.
Where you at, dog?
Where you at? Where you at? We in Cash Stadium right now. We just left the store. Where you at right now, dog?
But now, it seems that same loyalty has been burned to the ground because all signs point to Youngsta being officially out of CMG, and fans are losing their minds about it. Everybody's asking the same question. What went down behind the scenes? Did this split come from money, ego, or something darker? Some even wonder if things could turn deadly. Just a few days ago, Blac Youngsta went viral after wiping CMG clean from his bio and calling himself independent. At first, fans thought it was another one of his stunts. He's done it before. Remember last year, right before Yo Gotti's birthday? He pulled the same move, deleted everything, then still showed up at the party all smiles.
Hernandez-Govan trial. In case you missed it, that verdict came out roughly around 10:45 this morning, and it was not guilty on both counts. Hernandez-Govan was accused of being the mastermind in the death of rapper Young Dolph. He is now a free man, free to go after 2 not guilty verdicts.
But this time, it feels different. The vibe is off. This one looks real. The internet's going crazy with theories, and it all started with a chilling post Blac Youngsta dropped online. He wrote, "Play with me. I'm gonna take away everything that came out your mama. I swear to God, all my brothers dead, so why not? The house gon' turn upside down about me, dead or alive. I stand on my own 10. God bless everyone." That alone had people's jaws on the floor.
To say thank you to my attorneys, Manny, Robert, Haley, Beth, Handel, my private investigators, and Manny still helped me, you know, and he knew I was innocent. Everybody around me knew I was innocent.
But then he followed up with another message that made fans think he was coming for Yo Gotti directly. He said, "These dudes see beef and still misleading the youth like they mob bosses. Bro, I'm going to bed. It's 11 a.m. I'm sick of these dudes. I'm a lead by example. I blame the fake OGs, fake CEOs, fake big brothers. I was once like you, but God put me here to help you go through it." That second post, it hit like a warning shot, especially since Yo Gotti built his whole image around being a boss.
G, bro. Dolph, you a soft ass nigga, you nice ass nigga. If you got a problem, you got a problem. Shut ass nigga. Ain't no more king of Memphis, you ain't king of South Memphis, you ain't from the city.
Always comparing himself to real-life mob figures in his lyrics and interviews. Fans started connecting dots instantly, whispering that Blac Youngsta was done playing soldier and might be ready to expose what's really going on inside CMG. And get this, even Yo Gotti's name is inspired by the infamous crime boss John Gotti. So when Blac Youngsta started posting all these cryptic messages, people knew it wasn't random.
I said, I seen him pull off right here.
Pull off right here.
Bro, a truck came from right here, pulled up, slammed on brake. And moving, bro.
He was sending a message straight to the top. Then he dropped one last bomb online that had everybody talking. He said, "Don't ask me about no dude you don't see me with. I don't allow nobody I don't respect around me." That line alone told the whole story, and the wildest part, he posted it on the exact same day fans noticed the CMG tag disappeared from his page.
One thing that I know for sure, and I've been knowing it for a long time, You kill your haters with success.
This drama's got the streets buzzing. Something major just broke inside CMG, and whatever it is, it ain't over yet. He wiped CMG clean from his bio and straight up declared himself independent. That move alone set the internet on fire. Fans started blowing up his phone, spamming his comments.
Detectives say 3 men approached him right in front of Lowell's Hollywood Hotel today, where all 4 were guests. There was a fight, young Dolph fell to the ground, and that's when one of the 3 suspects opened fire.
Desperate to know what really went down between him and Yo Gotti, but Blac Youngsta didn't stop there. He kept airing it out like he'd been holding it in for years. He said, 90% of the people you see me with is just business. Most of my real ones dead and gone. I don't make new friends. That 1%, I still keep close. That's loyalty to the death. Then he followed with another cold statement that hit like a punch. I'm done with fake love and fake loyalty. I've trusted the wrong people too many times. I'm cool standing alone. I live what I rap. No cap. God can take my soul if I'm lying.
Like you had happened to you, they have epiphanies. They have like life-changing moments. Just want to ask, has your worldview changed at all after what's happened to you?
Not really.
That level of raw emotion had fans convinced the breakup wasn't just about music. This was personal. He was hurt, angry, and tired of playing by rules he didn't believe in anymore. He even said he'd cut off people he thought were real, but who turned out to be yes men, snakes, and disloyal types who thought they were bigger than the program. Now the streets are going wild with theories, trying to figure out what really pushed Blac Youngsta to walk away from CMG. One theory's pointing straight toward the young Dolph case. See, Hernandez Govan, the
team, you got this, you got that. You're like, bro, I'm telling you, we can do this, we can do that. I ain't got to hold your hand like Starlito. I ain't got to babysit you like them. It's my first time meeting you. You gonna really sit and downplay your artists and throw your artists up on the bus to try to persuade me in to come over there? No, it's just, I can't respect that.
man prosecutors called the mastermind behind Dolph's murder, was found not guilty on August 21, 2025. That verdict didn't just shake the courtroom. It shook the streets. And some fans believe it might have been the final straw that made Youngsta say, I'm done with CMG for good. Prosecutors had claimed that Hernandez Govan was the middleman.
Yeah. Shout out to my nigga Young Dolph in this morning.
The link between Big Jook, Yo Gotti's own brother, and a $100,000 hit on young Dolph. They even alleged there were other bounties placed on Paper Route Empire artists. But everything flipped when Big Jook was murdered back in January 2024. His death tore a hole right through the prosecution's case, leaving them without their key witness. And just like that, Govan walked free. The whole story turned upside down overnight. Some fans are convinced that Govan's acquittal changed everything. With that legal heat gone, Blac Youngsta might have finally felt free enough to move how he really wanted. The weight was off his back, and he didn't owe CMG anything anymore. But now the question everyone's scared to ask is echoing louder than ever. Who really ordered the hit on young Dolph? There's another theory floating around too, that this whole fallout might trace back to Youngsta's reckless behavior online. Remember, even after Dolph's tragic death, he kept mocking him. He dropped diss tracks, made jokes, and kept the beef alive long after it should have been buried. Fans say Gotti wasn't feeling that at all, especially since people close to him were already being tied to the case. Every time Youngsta dissed Dolph, CMG's name got dragged right back into the spotlight, and not in a good way. That bad press hit hard. Gotti was trying to move CMG into new territory, label deals, business ventures, mainstream success. But every time Youngsta opened his mouth, the headlines got messy. For Gotti, it was bad for business. And if you rewind the tape, it all makes sense. Back in the height of the Dolph versus Gotti feud, Gotti kept his shots subtle, almost strategic. But Blac Youngsta, he went all in. He was on IG Live threatening Dolph, clowning him in interviews, and even said straight up he was gonna slap Dolph. That boldness made headlines then. But now it looks like those same words might be the reason the bridges got burned. Whatever's going on between them now, one thing's for sure. Blac Youngsta ain't just walking away quietly. This feels like the start of something explosive, and the streets can feel it. When young Dolph saw that viral video, he didn't even flinch, just hit back with a laughing emoji and a thumbs down like he couldn't care less. But Blac Youngsta wasn't laughing. He was dead serious. He really pulled up to Dolph's own hood in a convoy of cars, fully strapped, surrounded by heavy hitters with serious firepower. It looked less like a rap beef and more like a military mission. Once that clip hit the internet, it blew up instantly. Dolph clapped back on Instagram, calling out both Blac Youngsta and Yo Gotti, accusing them of moving like cops, trying to bait him into a setup instead of handling things the way street dudes do. That response didn't slow Youngsta down at all. It only lit him up even more. He came back swinging with 2 diss tracks, Shake Some and I'm Assuming, and both took clear aim at Dolph. But what shocked everybody was what happened after Dolph's tragic death. Instead of showing any respect, Blac Youngsta performed Shake Some live at a Dallas nightclub, just days after the murder. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. They called it beyond disrespectful, saying he was mocking a dead man who couldn't defend himself. But instead of backing down, Youngsta doubled down and went even darker. He filmed a music video for I'm Assuming inside a graveyard, standing right in front of a tombstone marked Thornton, Dolph's real last name. That moment broke the internet in half. People were stunned that he'd take it that far so soon after the man's death. The backlash was huge. Fans, media, and even people from Memphis called it disgusting. But Blac Youngsta, he didn't care at all. He posted on Instagram saying, I'm from South Memphis where you don't get sympathy. I don't care what the world thinks about me. That cold statement only made fans angrier. They said it was heartless, especially since Dolph was loved across Memphis and respected far beyond it. Now with all that history, the tension and the bad blood stacked up, everyone's asking the same question. Could things between Blac Youngsta and Yo Gotti actually turn violent? Some say it's not impossible. With egos, pride, and real street connections involved, one wrong move could set it all off. Even Blac Youngsta admitted in old interviews that he and Yo Gotti used to clash all the time. Gotti thought Youngsta moved too reckless, too emotional, while he tried to move more calculated, like a true boss. And let's be real, Gotti wasn't wrong. Youngsta's always had that wild streak. He's impulsive, quick to act, and never one to hold back. Gotti, on the other hand, built his power on patience and control. A man who plays chess while others are still playing dice. If they can't find a way to coexist, fans fear the situation could explode. And not just musically. The streets are whispering about something way darker. Some even saying Blac Youngsta might start talking. Yeah, snitching. Once the common enemy's gone, the crew always starts to turn on itself. And in this story, that common enemy was young Dolph. Now with Dolph gone, it's like that same curse is creeping inside CMG. We've seen it before. Power shifts, loyalties break, and secrets start spilling. And the first crack already showed up in court. Cornelius Smith, one of the alleged shooters in Dolph's murder, flipped on everybody. He told prosecutors that it was him and Justin Johnson caught on camera, and then dropped a bombshell claim that Big Jook, Yo Gotti's own brother, was the one who allegedly put up the $100,000 bounty on Dolph's head. That revelation sent shockwaves through Memphis and reignited all the old questions people had tried to bury, the kind of questions that can get people hurt, or worse. That's where Hernandez Govan stepped right into the picture. The man Cornelius Smith claimed was the one secretly pulling the strings. According to Smith, Govan was allegedly tied to CMG and acted as the middleman between the shooters and whoever called the hit. He was the quiet force behind the chaos, the one connecting dots no one was supposed to see. But when it all went to court, Govan's defense team tore Cornelius Smith apart on the stand. They called him a pathological liar, said he was just trying to save himself by saying whatever prosecutors wanted to hear. And in the end, that strategy worked. Govan walked free, acquitted of every charge. Then came another twist. Justin Johnson's half-brother, Jamarcus Johnson, stepped into the spotlight. In June 2023, he pled guilty to 3 counts of accessory after the fact, admitting he helped Justin hide after the murder. His lawyer tried to paint him as innocent, saying he had no part in the killing itself, just helped his brother escape afterward. But let's be real, that's still classic snitch-to-survive behavior. He took a deal to save himself, showing just how deep the loyalty cracks were inside that whole circle. With Govan now a free man, the prosecution's entire theory collapsed like a house of cards. The state lost its supposed link between CMG and the hit, and suddenly, everything that once seemed clear got real murky again. The streets started buzzing with new suspicions, even among people who once called each other brothers. Fans were furious. They said Govan's release made no sense, especially since so many believed he played a major part in the whole thing. But this story goes deeper than one shooting. Way deeper. See, this wasn't the first time someone tried to take young Dolph's life. There were multiple attempts before the fatal one in Memphis. The first big one went down back in 2017 during CIAA weekend in Charlotte. Dolph's SUV got lit up with over 100 bullets in broad daylight, right by the arena. It looked like a full-on war zone in the middle of the city. Cars shredded, shell casings everywhere, and crowds running for cover. And rumor had it, Dolph had already bulletproofed his truck before that hit ever happened, like he knew something was coming from Yo Gotti's circle. That move probably saved his life. After the shooting, 3 men were arrested: Blac Youngsta, Frederick Black, and Avius Gardner. They were charged with everything from firing into occupied property to conspiracy to commit murder. But when the media rushed to Dolph for a reaction, he didn't flinch, didn't panic, didn't fold, just pure confidence. He told everyone he wasn't scared of anybody. Instead of hiding, Dolph used the moment to fuel his rise. He said, "One thing I know for sure, and I've been knowing it for a long time. You kill your haters with success." That line became legendary. Right after surviving the attack, Dolph hit the stage performing his Yo Gotti diss track Play with Yo B. He stood there grinning, performing the same song that was rumored to have sparked the whole beef. That boldness shook the industry. The man had just survived 100 bullets and still showed up to perform like nothing happened. Then he went even harder, dropping 3 songs inspired by the attack: 100 Shots, In Charlotte, and Bulletproof. Each one was a direct message to whoever tried to take him out, a sonic middle finger to his enemies. Dolph turned an assassination attempt into an anthem of survival, the ultimate power move. Eventually, all charges against Blac Youngsta were dropped. The court paperwork showed the only thing linking him to the crime was a rental car under his name. But there was no proof he was driving it, or even inside it when the shots were fired. Still, everyone knew that didn't mean the drama was over. Far from it. If anything, that's where the next chapter of chaos began. The streets never forgot, and the whispers never stopped. The tension kept rising between CMG and Paper Route Empire, like a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. The murder of young Dolph, the moment that shook Memphis to its core. It went down in broad daylight, right in his own city. Dolph had stopped by Makita's Homemade Cookies, a local black-owned spot he loved and supported since day one. It was supposed to be a regular stop, a man grabbing cookies for his mom. But within seconds, that normal day turned into tragedy. 2 masked gunmen ambushed him right outside the shop, unloading rounds before jumping into a getaway car and speeding off. The attack was caught on camera, and just like that, Memphis lost one of its most respected voices, gone in an instant. The city went into chaos. Police locked down blocks, helicopters filled the sky, and fans flooded the streets in disbelief. A massive manhunt followed, and days later, police captured 23-year-old Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, and 32-year-old Cornelius Smith. Both were charged with Dolph's murder, and the whole world watched as Memphis demanded answers and justice. But you can't talk about Dolph's death without rewinding the clock, back to where it really started. The long, complicated tension between young Dolph and Yo Gotti. According to Yo Gotti, he's just as confused as everyone else. For years, Gotti claimed there was never any real beef. He even showed an old 2012 text where he praised Dolph, wishing him success and calling him talented. Gotti said the only possible tension might have come from not hopping on one of Dolph's songs, but beyond that, he swore there was never hate, at least not from his side. But if you ask Dolph, his version of the story sounds completely different. Around 2012, when Dolph was catching fire in Memphis and starting to get national buzz, Yo Gotti reached out with a deal. He wanted Dolph to sign to CMG. At the time, that was a huge offer. Gotti was already a major figure in the South, and a co-sign from him could have launched anyone's career overnight. But Dolph said no, and that one decision changed everything. He later explained it wasn't just about the deal, it was about how Gotti tried to sell it. According to Dolph, Gotti started downplaying his own artists to make Dolph feel special, allegedly saying things like, "You don't need all that, you can be a superstar with me." But to Dolph, that felt shady, like Gotti was throwing his own team under the bus just to reel him in. That slick talk rubbed him the wrong way. Dolph saw it as fake, manipulative, and disrespectful. From that moment on, he knew. He didn't want to do business with Gotti or CMG, period. Respect that. But here's where the story takes an even wilder turn. The twist that made the tension personal. Young Dolph once claimed he had a relationship with Yo Gotti's baby mama, and when Gotti found out, that's when the real war supposedly began. Dolph never revealed too many details, but he didn't have to. The clues were right there in plain sight, especially in the artwork for his infamous diss track, Play With Yo B. The cover showed a phone screen filled with missed calls, allegedly from Gotti's baby mama blowing up Dolph's phone. Fans caught the message instantly, and the internet exploded. Gotti didn't respond publicly, but word around Memphis was that things between them went from business to blood-deep personal. To really understand how crazy it got, you gotta rewind a bit further. Back in 2010, Yo Gotti was breaking into the mainstream. His hit 5-star featuring Gucci Mane, Trina, and Nicki Minaj was climbing the charts. He was becoming the new face of Memphis rap. Meanwhile, Dolph was on the come-up, fresh off his second mixtape, Welcome to Dolph World, getting love from Atlanta heavyweights like Gucci Mane, 2 Chainz, and OJ Da Juice Man. By 2012, Gotti was already certified, but Dolph was right on his heels. His independent grind was making real noise, and that's when Gotti reached out again, this time to invite him to a community event in Memphis. There's real footage of them on stage together that day, the only known time the two ever shared a stage. For a brief moment, it looked like unity might be possible. 2 Memphis legends, side by side, trying to show love to their city. But behind that handshake and those smiles, jealousy and betrayal were already brewing. That event went down in August 2012, the same time Yo Gotti allegedly tried to sign Dolph to CMG for the last time. According to Gotti, August 24th, 2012 was the last day they ever spoke. After that, silence. No calls, no messages, no collaborations, just distance and quiet tension that slowly turned into open hostility. What started as industry competition soon evolved into something darker. The subliminals turned to disses, and the disses turned to bullets. Multiple attempts were made on Dolph's life before it all ended with that fatal day at Makita's. But even after his death, the chaos didn't stop. The streets stayed hot. One by one, people connected to the situation, or even those who publicly disrespected Dolph, started falling too. Yo Gotti's brother? Gone. Blac Youngsta's brother? Gone. The CMG camp? Shaken to the core. And now, with Blac Youngsta officially out of CMG and firing shots at his old boss online, the streets are watching closely. Everyone wants to know just how deep this fallout runs, and if this deadly story is really over, or if another chapter's about to begin. This ain't just about rap anymore. It's about loyalty, betrayal, and a city that still hasn't healed from losing one of its kings. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on in this one? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay locked in for the next chapter, because this story, it's far from finished.